Hi Libra, happy April. I hope you're doing well. Okay, all right. I laid out the cards already. I'm trying to save a little bit of time. The upload, honestly, guys, and I hate to keep harping on that, but the upload is longer than it actually takes to do the video, so it gets to be a bit much on the months that I'm really busy. So this, it's just so bizarre. This reading. Someone has to get back to me and let me know what's going on. I can't tell if someone's intuition is kicked into overdrive here, and they're, I think this is going to split in two ways, because the messages I'm getting, I don't know how they relate to the cards, but they could very possibly be separate, okay? Someone even, maybe it's just the message for a few people, but I think that dreams have really been kicked up recently, right? You're a very intuitive sign yourself. So I think that either some of your dreams may have shocked you, or you may have had visions, or you may have had premonitions. Something has scared the crap out of you. And I know what that's like. So, and I know this energy. So I think someone may be trying to really put that together, okay? If that's the case, let me know. Okay, I can most likely help you with that. Okay, I think that's going to be for a small group of you. I think that someone really just is, they're not sure if they even dreamed it or if it was true, or I know what that's like. I can try to help you to the best of my ability. I know what that's like to be scared like that. Okay, so those are the messages. I don't think they pertain to the cards, but they may, because you've got the High Priestess as in the what you forgot. But I still don't see what you've got. First of all, let me say, way too many people in your business. I'm going to say straight off the bat that something is going on the home front. You have way too many people in your business, or something is really on a large scale going on here. But I don't think so. You have the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the King of Coins, the Knight of Coins, the High Priestess, and the Empress, right? Your energy coming in is the Nine of Wands. Under that, you've got the King of Cups and the Knight of Wands. These are way too many people in here, okay? Way too many people. And under that card, you've got the Six of Swords, and you've got the Seven of Swords, and now you've got the Chariot. You're trying to get out of Dodge here, and I don't think you're able to. I think too many people are in your way here. But our main energy coming in is that Nine of Wands, okay? This is a card of needing some boundaries. In this reading, I'm going to say that foremost is really what this card means. You can even tell that these two, I mean, one person is standing strong, and I think that that's you facing forward, but there's someone standing next to you that they think they're helping you or whatever, but you're not wanting any part of it. And I'm going to say that, you know, choose your friends wisely, but choose your enemies, or keep them closer, or something like that. Okay, well, let's just go through this. I think too, there's something going on here surrounding money, okay? Either you're too focused on money that you're missing things, or people are wanting to borrow money from you, and it's hindering you trying to do what you're doing. But there's something surrounding a family dynamic in here, and there's something surrounding money, and it's like you're in a stronghold or something, but you're not able to do what you want to do, or in the way that you want to do it. You come in here, your lesson is the Queen of Wands. You're really not gonna, there we go. You're really, if this is your lesson, it's to take your power back. I mean, there really isn't anything that, you know, she's or he, they have a presence for sure, but it's a strong energy. It's really not like this card to be knocked off of they're really not swayed easily. This would have to be something, I guess, that even still really pulled at your heartstrings or had you emotionally hung up or something. But that's your lesson coming in here. I'll go back to that. Okay, but what you hope and want in this is the Empress. So I think you're really trying to start something here. The Empress is, you know, she's the card of abundance. She's the protection card. She's the fertility card. She's the, you know, if you want to go for it, go for it. You know what I mean? She's all about creative projects and very divinely connected, knows her value. You know, it may be that you're looking for, this may be this card right here, what you're hoping and wanting, what you hoped and wanted. This also represents, it can be, you know, someone that passed over. It can be, and that could be where that message is coming in. You may have gotten a message or something that kind of knocked you off your game. But that again is going to be for a small portion of you. That is not what's going on as a whole here. But something just came off of that. So that could possibly be, okay? Because what you're forgetting in this, right, is to trust your intuition, to really just, you know, silence yourself here, okay? If there is something that she's also, I don't know why I'm getting this today off of this in here. I normally don't. I can't tell if there's secrets here, if they're your secrets, or if you're keeping secrets for someone else, or if that's what this whole premonition has to do with. You may have found something out that you're not quite sure about, okay? And this can just be in the regular. You may just have a hunch about something. Your intuition may be telling you something, but you're not listening to it, okay? I think there's something too about I think you're trying to do something, and I think you're hitting resistance somewhere. I think someone or something is holding you back from going where you want to go, okay? And I think these people are way too much in your space, because I can feel you feeling like you're stuck here, like you're sandwiched between a lot of people, okay? And there are a lot of people in here. Honestly, if the only two cards in here that aren't people, and we'll get to it, is the Ace of Coins and the Six of Coins. Outside of that, these are all people in here. I'm sure of it. Okay, now what's on your mind is the Five of Wands. Okay. I think you're trying to do something, and I really think you're meeting resistance. And I don't think these are inner demons. I think these are, normally this card can be, you know, the things that we tell ourselves, but I think you're coming up against this in the outside world, and I think it's coming at you in the form of your family, or people that are very close to you that would show up in here. Queens and the Empress, they can sometimes represent, you know, mothers or sisters or people very, very close to you, spouses. And you've got the Knight of Coins in here and the King of Coins. They're the same suit, so I'm going to say that's family, father, brother, you know, mothers. This is general, so they're, They don't have to be gender specific, but all right, what's on your mind is the Five of Wands, okay? I think you're restricted. I think you're trying to do something. I think you're either trying to be passionate about something or someone, and you're not able to get out of the gate here. I think you're really confined, and I can't tell by what, because there's way too many people in here. That's the problem with this many court cards. It's impossible, especially in a general reading, to tell who's who in here, but I have the distinct feeling that this is family. This is family in your business here, and they're holding you back, okay? All right. Or I really am going to go with that. I'm going to say that you may have a lot of people in your life, but this I really think is just a close-knit group that has just got you in a stronghold here. Okay, now what you hoped would happen, what you hope the outcome of this reading would be, is the Queen of Swords. I'm going to say the only air sign really in this reading is this card. You are the master communicator. You know how to wear many different hats. You know, you're very authoritative too. I mean, you can, you know, sometimes it can be your way or the highway. If you're being really this rigid in here and it's causing other people upset, you may be trying to break conformity too. You may be trying to do something that people just aren't thrilled about. This could be like, you know, say you're trying to go in a different direction and it's going against whatever your family, uh, you know, uh, beliefs or, you know, whatever. I think you're trying to, either way, you're hitting resistance big time, and it's got you in a stronghold because the only card that's opposing your, where you want to go here, let's just say this, the likely outcome here, even though you want it to be the Queen of Swords, which means you're going to go in your own direction here, and, you know, your last word is going to be the word. I think as I don't mean to laugh, but I think as hard as you're trying, and it's hard to see this card show up in the likely outcome here, what you're hoping would be the outcome, and this will be the most likely outcome, is this card here. And it's you either having to give money out, because your hindrance here, the only card holding you up that's in your what's keeping you from moving forward, literally, is the Knight of Coins. He's trying to secure his future somehow, but he's showing up in the spot that's hindering forward movement here. I want to say this, okay? Again, sometimes this, given that this is going to be your most likely outcome here, I'm going to say this. This card in this read is not about this person right here. It's about these people playing the you need to take care of me. How could you just leave me like this scenario, right? It's the guilt card in this read. I do not know why I'm getting that, but it's more about, I think these people are your family, and I think they're playing a guilt trip on you, honestly. Because what's happening here is, I think you're trying to move forward, and I think your creativity is being doused, really. You have a rigid way that you want to do something, and I think that could be biting you in the ass, that you're not flexible enough to see other ways, but there are still way too many people in here, and either way, they're they're hindering you, okay? But you may, I'm saying, the part that you can control, right? Well, you can probably control all of this, right? To a degree, okay? People aren't going to be in our space unless we allow that, and that could be why the need for boundaries is here. right? This is a strong need for boundaries here. I feel too that, and I just want to say this, security is important to you. Financial security is important to you. Unless you build that from the inside out, really like knowing what your real worth is, you're going to be steamrolled, because these people will get in and they'll know exactly how to push your buttons. And I want to say this, okay? The 6 of coins is one card short of the 7 of coins. That card, if you don't build, manage, and properly secure your resources, that 7 of coins, which is one card away from this, is a fall from grace. It's losing big time financial loss, which if that's what's happening here, this is exactly what's holding you up. You're not able to have the financial means to go in the direction that you want to go. So there's no forward movement here. You're not securing your future because somebody or somebody's here or some situation is deterring you from where you're trying to go. Okay. I don't think it's you doing it to yourself. I think that it's people around you maybe doing this, okay? Because what balances you is the King of Cups, okay? This is someone who, they know their value. They do like money too, but they work very, very hard for it. And for them, they know the value of, it's not about the money that they acquire, it's what it affords them. Freedom, right? Less rigid kind of lifestyle, because you've got the freedom to actually enjoy the fruits of your labor, right? They also know how to take care of themselves, and they realize that, you know, without nurturing themselves from the inside first, right? Their body, their health, all of that, mental faculties, that none of this is worth it. So this is what motivates you. So you've got to take care of your health, I'm going to say here too. Okay. I'm sorry, that's what balances you. What motivates you is this. It's the brand new start. It's health, wealth, and well-being, right? It's the doorway here. It's the seed, right? It's the seed of something that's tangible. It can be grounded, right? But it's going to grow to the magnitude that you're able to get it to flourish. And this is there's, you know, it looks like what you're trying to secure here is your future, but this card is hindering you. That card in here means forward movement. You're at a standstill. You're not able to go forward here. Okay. If this is a legal situation, which it can be with this many people in here, but I don't think that it is. I really just don't think that it is. Okay. You're trying to secure, again, start a whole new life for yourself, right? And the universe will help you. I'm going to advise you in here, honestly, to ask for help. Ask the universe for help here and stand your ground, because I'm telling you now, I just have a very funny feeling that this card is one iota away from a fall from grace, which means that everything that you've worked for until now, you're going to literally have to start from square one. The good news is, though, that you know how to do that. This, again, is that card that it shows up, and I'm only putting this out there in case this is actually the situation that's going on here, so you don't lose. This is not someone that would not be able to get this off the ground again once this cleared here. But I really think that there's way too many people either emotionally drawing on you, you're not listening to yourself for sure, because this is showing up in the what you forgot here, is to trust your gut instinct here. Whatever it's telling you, you're not listening to it. And the more perplexing part is your lesson in this is to take your power back. For this card to be knocked out of her realm here, Or this can be someone too that is overbearing. This can be someone who is very overbearing to the point where they're suffocating someone. This is this is the overbearing relationship partner. It's the overbearing parent. It's someone who's just stifling someone. So you can be doing this to someone, or someone can be doing this to you. It's very, very unlikely that she's going to be the one getting steamrolled. It's more likely that you're doing it to someone. That's the lesson in here, is that you want to kind of, with this card too, the most likely outcome is you've got to restore some balance in here. If this is in fact a relationship that is very, very unbalanced, it still doesn't account for all these people. There may be more than one thing going on in here. There may be a relationship that's unbalanced, right? Because this card, someone may not be receptive to there is imbalance throughout this reading. No matter how many ways to Tuesday you cut this, if it's a family dynamic, there's huge imbalance here. Someone is really strong holding someone. If this is a relationship scenario, someone is overbearing on the other. But you're needing to listen to your intuition here, because it's telling you something. And if you're not heeding the warning, which I don't think you are, there's something too about being resilient, right? Being happy, being pleasant, being able to bounce back from things. But there's really something about not getting the lesson. I don't know what that's about. I tend to think this may not be the first time you're here in this scenario, or a part of this scenario. I don't know which segment that is. But there's something in here about you know, you're not very I just think someone is not being flexible. Someone is being very rigid. It's going to be their way or the highway. And I think that someone is overpowering someone else's I don't know, for lack of a better way to put it, free will, or it's not a balanced relationship by any means. And on what regard, I can't tell. But this card is showing up in your lesson. This, like I say, if it's showing up in your lesson, it's that you're pushing someone too hard. Okay. And I think that you know it, but you're not listening to it. You know this. It may be something that you've heard before, but you're just not listening to it. Okay. And while you're hoping that it turns out this way, this is how it's turning out. This is what's on your mind, is conflict. There's no resolution here. And I think you're battling with someone. I don't think, like I said, that this is internal. Okay. You're hoping for this to be the outcome, right? You may get that kind of, this is, you know, you don't want to, she'll knock you down a few pegs. I think what you're looking for here, why you hoped this was the communication, is that you want communication. You want to be able to, you know, to get past something. But I think that unfortunately what you're getting, what will most likely be the outcome, is this. And this is a need for balance here, a real need for balance here on any front. It doesn't need to be financial. It can be time, energy, space, anything on your tangible day-to-day, right? Anything that we encompass on a day-to-day here. It could be an influx in work too, right? It could be a lot of people coming at you with a lot of different demands, but whatever it's doing, it's overpowering you, and there is no forward movement here. So I think that you may want to listen to your intuition you may want to back off someone, and if someone is strongholding you like this, you want to say something, okay? But like I say, the lesson in here is more you being overbearing, you the Libra being overbearing, because it is your lesson and it's your reading. So what's going on in your environment is, you know, people are coming back at you with resistance. So I think you may be pushing too hard, okay? I think you may be pushing too hard for a new start here, and it's just not, it's overpowering people. They may not move as fast as you, okay? Or it may be, you know, someone in your surrounding, but either way, there's no forward movement here. So I'm going to say that to clear that, you've got to get organized, because the only thing that would really throw him off his game, not much would stop him from forward movement. The only thing that would throw him off is that something isn't lined up correctly. There's really no room for compromise with that card either. It's very analytical. It's going to go exactly like this. Not much is going to throw him off. But what you've got under this energy card, the 9 of, you've got the King of Cups, very emotional king, okay? And the energy, it can be someone who would be someone to bounce something off of, a friend, or but again, this can be very overbearing, smothering energy, okay? And now you've got Hot Rod here. That's fast energy. That's really fast, burn into the building before you realize that, you know, your ass is on fire. You know, it's not, you know, it's not a nice bonfire. It's like a 5-alarm house fire. You want to slow this down. And it's also, again, this is very strong energy coming at someone. If you're doing this, you've got to pull back. If someone is doing this to you, you've got to start listening to your intuition here, okay? And then you've got the Chariot under here, okay? Which is, again, this card does not move forward until you've got balance here, like inner balance, and then your body starts going. And you've got this card here too, which is another card of just, you know, wanting to get to the other side of whatever this is. Followed by the 7. It's not an easy move. Whatever you're trying to do it's not an easy maneuver here. You've got a few things in your way here, but I think if you start listening to your intuition, because your message is coming in where I think that you know something. I really think that you know something, or you came upon something, or your intuition is telling you something, but you're choosing to not listen. Listen, because it will clear this up for you. You don't want everything that you worked for to fall by the wayside, okay? And you're very, very close here, because I think if you push someone too far, they're done. I think if you spread your finances too thin, you're done, right? I think that there's no forward movement here too. Okay, it's showing up in your obstacle position, what's holding all of this up. This can also be very aggressive energy if pushed too far, right? So it could be you just pushing, and what you're doing inadvertently is you're holding yourself up here. You could be your own worst enemy here. But either way, you're meeting resistance on the out front. So I'm going to say here, what you want to do is listen to your intuition. You don't want to keep disregarding that, because it's telling you something. It's telling you something, and I don't think it's something that you haven't heard before. I don't think this is the first time you're in this situation, but you're not learning the lesson here. You're going at it again, hoping that you'll get a different result. It may be a different scenario, but the game is the same, and you're repetitively ending up here because you're not learning the lesson. You're resilient, yeah, but you keep ending up here, so is it really worth it, right? Pull back a little bit. You know, that may be just what it is. It just may be the imbalance is off with, you know, give and take, or there's some balance off here somewhere, and there's way too many people in here. So I do want to clarify a few things for you. I tried to make these shorter, but you've got way too many people in here. Let me just see exactly what your outcome card here, the 6 of coins, is. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm clarifying what's going to happen here, most likely happen, is your 6 of coins. And remember, I told you I just think it's about a major imbalance here. You've got the 10 of swords. Something needs to change. You cannot unring this bell. You cannot go back from here. You have to go forward, but in a new direction, okay? You've got the Ace of Swords, which is clarity. It's also the truth behind what you see, which could be also you're not listening to your intuition. You should be, but you're not, okay? And you've got the Lover's card. This is karmic. Again, if you keep getting in relationships, right, making choices that are rendering the same result, right, you're going to keep repeating this karma. You're going to keep getting in the same kind of situations, because the way to break this karma, right, even not the relationship, if it's a relationship, it's not that the relation, but the karma in here needs to break. And that's all on the exit, how you make your choices long term, right? That's what will do this here. I know, I feel there's a huge push here on somebody, and it's you. You're not heeding the warning here, and what's going to happen is you're going to end up here again. So you want to really be careful on this. Let me see what your lesson in here with the Queen of Wands is here. I think this is really just you, though, because I know this is like the, you know, the cheerleading mom or whatever that pushes their kid to, it's with great intention, but it's causing harm. All right. Oh, okay, 4 cards came out. I'm sorry. So I'm clarifying your lesson in here, which is the Queen of Wands. These are your clarifiers. Again, and I'm going to explain this. Of course, we get the King of Swords now, which I'm pretty sure is you being, you know, I mean, this is like, you need to cut someone some slack, okay? This is too much energy here, okay? Now your clarifiers are, again, the 6 of Cups, okay? This is a repeated pattern card. It's a card of not being fulfilled, but it's a card of you're not fulfilled because you keep hitting the same hump every time. You're speed bumping past what you're supposed to be learning from here. You're not. You're getting in a different situation, but very much the same, right? Judgment card. Wake up. You're being told here that you've got to do something differently, okay? And you've got the 2 of Wands, okay? Making better choices. This is the doorway. It's pretty much the same doorway as this. Only to get through it, you know, you've got to make wise choices here again, okay? I hate to deliver this message, and sometimes we are our own worst enemies, right? But when we don't heed the warnings and we don't get the lessons and we're noticing we're in the same kind of situations, be it whatever, the platform, over and over and over again, and I'm sitting here telling you that your intuition is screaming to you to listen, and you're not, okay? So listen, back up the bus, clear out this bad karma, and you'll see that life will flow exactly how you want it, okay? I think April may be, I think May may be better, honestly, okay? But this needs to be cleared out. You need to get a handle on this, because it's not fair to you, and it's not fair to the people. You know, you may be, you know, life should be, you know, it's bad enough when we don't know what we're missing, but it's even worse when we know what we're missing. We're just choosing to, you know, ignorance is bliss, and you don't want to do that, right? So, okay, Libra, I hope I helped you in some way. Again, you know, life is what it is. Sometimes everything is a lesson and a blessing, right? So, happy April. If you'd like a private reading, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to do anything for you. Okay? Thank you so much.